Hello everyone, JDS here again with something of a follow-up video to my Save Warp Origin Story video. After I released this video, Malta asked me for a link to the sheets I showed in the video showing my over-analysis of Half-Life Do and the proposed do routes or blue shift and opposing force. So I linked him to the Google Drive folder I have with all these sheets. He went on to post that link in the Source Runs Discord, so presumably some other runners have been seeing these routes. Since that link has been posted, these routes have been edited some. The blue shift one has actually been edited rather heavily to save some more time, including removing the need to save the backward trigger from teleport 1 to yard 3, which means you only have to wait for the elevator once in this route rather than twice. The opposing force one, some smaller edits, but just a few here and there to remove the time needed to make some main saves. So I said in the last video that I may make videos outlining these routes in the future, but I'll be perfectly honest, I've been struggling quite a bit with a format for these videos, and I've gone through 3 different formats, which have all fallen short in some way or another. And what I ended up realizing is that, given that I've been editing this route so much in the past month or so, that what would probably be better is to instead just write up a living document for each of these routes. And so that's what I did yesterday and today, is to write up, hold on a second, my cat's trying to sniff my face. You done? Sorry about that. So I wrote up Google Docs that I've placed in the same folder as the sheets that act as walkthroughs of each of the routes. Each document starts off explaining special considerations specific to that game. For example, why there are no main saves before Canal 1 in the blue shift route, and also the falling in Zen for certain warp chains and opposing force. And then from there it goes on to do chronological walkthrough of the route with indications as where main saves need to be made. And then for each warp chain, it does something similar to the RTA save warp guide Shad has, where the warp chain is listed and then before and after pictures are put together. And then at the bottom, after the walkthrough, each one has a rough time estimate. So Malta did do his own time estimates of both these routes on earlier versions of them before I ended up editing the routes. The blue shift one he estimated to be between 5:55 and 6:15, and that was before I edited the route not to need the backward elevator trigger, which saves about 15 to 20 seconds. So the estimate at this point is probably somewhere between 5:35 and 6 minutes. The estimate he did for opposing force was between 4:55 and 5:20, which was before I edited a couple of warps to reduce the time needed to make main saves, about 5 to 10 seconds roughly. Didn't spend too much time estimating that. So final estimate should be somewhere between 4:45 and 5:15 perhaps. Again, these are rough estimates. So, theoretically, the orange, green, blue trilogy could be done sub HL21. Be quite the meme if that were a thing. So also something else to note, wasn't something I was initially thinking of when I was writing up this route, but with the opposing force route, it is possible to end with 1 HP given the routing of the warps. So that meme lives as well. Not so much with BlueShift, unfortunately, but what can you do? So just want to let everyone know that these documents exist now in the same folder as the sheet. So if you already have the link to the folder, then you already have access to these documents. If you do not have a link to this folder, then you can hit me up on the SourceRuns Discord as JDS, and I will happily provide you with a link to this folder. So hope those who are actually able to run Gold Source games could maybe potentially pick up these routes and do with them what they will. As I said before, I'm not in a position to do so myself because of my technical setup. But anyway, thank you for watching and hope you have a good day.